Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Monday, the 6th of May, and the moon is in Aries still. It shifts into Taurus later today, I think like 5:30 on the east coast of the U.S., if my memory serves me. So we are in the dark of the moon. Tomorrow we have a new moon in Taurus at 19 degrees of Taurus. And Taurus, of course, is a sign of values and security and stability. And so that's what we are attempting in a quite unstable environment, I'd say. So today we have one major aspect I want to talk about, and that's a semi-square between Pluto and Saturn. I don't talk very much about semi-squares. Semi-squares are part of the aspects considered the 8 aspects, the 8 or the 4 aspects, well, the 8 aspects, because it separates the circle into 8 equal parts. So we're talking about 45 degrees each. So we have the initial conjunction, the semi-square, then the square, then the sesquiquadrate, then the opposition, then the sesquiquadrate, then the square, then the semi-square, and then back to the conjunction. I know some of you were like, what the hell is she talking about? But that's okay. That was from my students. This part of the cycle between two planets, or the synod between two planets, is an important evolutionary gateway. Now, what makes this especially important is because we are dealing with Pluto and Saturn. And Pluto and Saturn, their cycles are long-term cycles. The last Pluto-Saturn cycle started in 1982 and ended in 2020. Yeah, 2020, that year, it keeps coming up. It's hard to believe 2020 was 4 years ago, but okay. Or maybe not so hard to believe. But of course, in 2020, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We had one conjunction. It occurred on the 12th of January of 2020, and many astrologers associate this conjunction with the COVID pandemic. There's usually some sort of epidemic at the time when these two planets come together. In 1982, of course, it was the AIDS epidemic, and for those of us who were alive at that time, and even like just coming out into the world, it was a pretty scary time, fool around and die, and quickly, and disfigured in the beginning with all that Kaposi sarcoma. It was fast and it was deadly, and we lost a lot of really great people at that time, just like we've lost a lot of wonderful people during COVID. And it's always a little bit of a it's life-changing. Both Pluto and Saturn are archetypes of death, and Pluto is an archetype of rebirth, and Saturn is an archetype of redemption. And so we are coming to a point in their cycle, which is years and years and years long, where the energy of the initial conjunction is being sort of energy moving out, very young, right at the very, very beginning. All kinds of new experiences because of it. Not pleasant necessarily, but new. And now the energy of that is sort of drawing back into itself as it moves into its crescent phase, where we are coming to an understanding to a certain extent, and eventually a gathering of information, where we are attempting to escape from the ghosts of the past and start to build a new plan for a new realization based on the experiences that we've had over the last 4 years. So this is a time of drawing in of energy. Now, it can feel, whenever we're dealing with Saturn, it can feel like we're being held back, that we're not able to freely sort of express ourselves, or freely like move around. So it can feel a little frustrating. Now, this aspect is actually the first of 3 of these semi-squares that are going to be occurring this year. So there is this sort of pulling in of energy after sort of like an expansion of, really in a way, an expansion of death and challenges and a need to change, right? A need to, and also along with Pluto and Saturn, which we can't not include, is power struggles, the shifting powers, as it were, that sort of rule the roost. Saturn, right? The lawmaker, Saturn. So we are in a point where we're in a shift of the energies, and we're starting to try to make sense and look forward to see how we can improve our response to these things, and improve a way of us moving forward in a more helpful, I would say, helpful way. So we're here at the Bleeding Heart. We have a rainy morning today, although it's supposed to get really nice, and the lilacs are the white lilacs are really starting to bloom. So we'll end up on that view, yeah. Plus, I can give it a good sniff, and there we go. I'm already smelling it, and they're not even fully open. All right, so that's the story, Morning Glories. It's a little, as always, noisy at the street level here, especially because it's raining. Let me give it a good sniff. For you guys. I sniffed for you guys. All right, everyone, have a great day. Get ready for that new moon. I'll be doing a Moon Shadows episode today with Ona, so you can keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll probably get out today, the day before the new moon. It is a powerful new moon with some powerful symbology. We are creating this new world as we go. All right, guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Don't get too frustrated. We're all learning together. Take care. Namaste.